Hello, good afternoon. My name is Patrycja Zadłużna and I would like to show you the newest cases from our assistance and legal departments. The cases are going to be from the whole April because I haven't talked to you for some time lately. But I would like to also remind you about some cases that we are dealing with right now. First of all, now you can send a new request for VAT refund for the first quarter of 2024. Also, I would like to remind you that we are getting more and more inspections from Denmark regarding IMI certificates. So please check if your drivers really, if the drivers really need them, because if the drivers don't go to Denmark, I would recommend you not to create the certificates, because you might be asked to show some documents for inspections, even though the drivers, your drivers, don't go there. So this is the most important case right now. Also, there were some changes on SIPSI platform, and due to these changes, now our clients, you can have problems with creating SIPSI or Macron certificates. So if you have some troubles, please call us, call help desk. We will help you. Without any problems. So we are there to help you. Okay, let's see what we have prepared for you. Now I will talk a little bit about our assistances, about our call centers cases. So the first case is from France, and from the beginning, the very beginning of April, we were contacted by our long-time customer when one of the truck has been stopped for a control in France. The inspectors decided to put a fine of 4,000 euros in total. Our assistance department confirmed all the necessary data and managed to organize the payment within 20 minutes. Everything went smoothly, not as always, but I would like to say that it is always very smooth, but it isn't. Sometimes we really need to, make a lot of phone calls to, contact both the company, the drivers, and for example, the inspectors. So that was very smooth, 20 minutes, and the driver was released. The second case is from Belgium, 1,800 euros for bad work organization and 126 euro and 10 cents for bad technical condition of the truck. We were contacted by our Lithuanian clients because the truck was stopped for a control in Belgium. The inspectors decided to put a fine of 1,926 euros and 10 cents in total. Our assistance department confirmed all the necessary data and managed to organize the payment also within 20 minutes. We are so good in it. So yeah, especially when it comes to France and Belgium, it is quite fast right now. Okay, the next case is from Poland. Balice in Poland, ITD, I mean Polish Transport Inspection, 7,000 Polish zloty for reducing the weekly rest time. today, it wasn't today, it was on 8th of April, we received a new order for payment of a fine in Poland. There were some irregularities in rest time, and they had to pay 7,000 Polish zlotych. The fine could have been paid either by card or cash, but would have had to be paid immediately. If not, the vehicle would be sent to the police car park. So the driver was, of course, unable to pay that amount. So we were asked to help, and after contacting the inspector, we sent our assistants to the site, and we within 30 minutes managed to pay the fine, so the vehicle was able to drive away. Yes, the next case is from Switzerland, Erstfeld. There were wait a second, two fines for each driver for at the control point in Switzerland for taking a weekly rest in the truck. Before the truck could leave, the fine had to be paid. Since the drivers were unable to pay the fine themselves, the company asked us to help. The assistance department arranged the payment within 1 hour, and after the payment, the drivers were able to drive away. It was 1 hour because we have more assistances in France, in Belgium, than in comparison to Switzerland. So for such countries, we need a little bit more time, but it is still very good right now. Okay, and some cases from our legal department. Of course, I will go back to our assistance department's cases because I have two presentations for you right now. So let's take a look at legal department. We have a case from June 2022, Valencia, for alleged infraction consisting of lack of the record of the driver's activities, and we a file with a sanction of 1,001 euro has been won. Then the next case is from February 2022, also for alleged infraction consisting of delay in the start of the weekly rest, and it was also 1,001 euro that we won for the client. The next case is from August 2023 for alleged infraction consisting of lack of the driver's CPC. A file with a sanction of 2,001 euro has been won. Another case from Murcia, February 2023 for alleged infraction consisting of lack of the driver's certificate. The sanction of a file has been reduced from 2,001 euro to 201 euro. And the last case from this presentation is August 2023, also for alleged infraction consisting of lack of daily rest. And there was a reduction from 401 euro to 100 euros. So that's quite a good news for our clients. Okay, and another presentation, and the cases from April as well, from assistance company again. So we have 4,000 euro for making weekly rest in the truck's cabin. We were contacted by our long time. Oh, wait a second. I've opened the same file. Give me a second. I have to look for another case for another file. Okay, this will be it. Yeah, that's it. Germany news. Vehicle registration for workers exemption now available. The German Truck Road Toll Act provides that from the 1st of July 2024, the toll obligation will also apply to vehicles with a technically permissible maximum mass of more than 3.5 and less than 7.5 tons, which are intended for the transport of professional goods or are used for this purpose. Vehicles which are used by undertakings in the craft trades are exempted from the toll obligation if certain conditions are met. In order to determine whether these requirements are met, the specific journey and the goods transported must be considered. You can check Toll Collect website in order to get to know more. If you would like to ask our colleagues, you can also call your manager, account manager, so you could be able to determine if you need it actually. So okay, let's go back to our presentation. It is here. We have also a case from Switzerland. I've actually talked about it, and now I would like to talk about huge fine from Sweden. We have a 60,000 Swedish crowns for shortening the 45 hours rest period in 3 weeks in a row. So it was in Stockholm in the middle of August. Not August, April, sorry. April. Big fine in Sweden. We're contacted by our long-time client from Lithuania. One of his clients' truck was stopped for a routine inspection in Sweden. The police decided to impose a big fine of 60,000 which is actually more than 5,000 euros for shortening the 45 hours rest period in 3 weeks in a row. Of course, the driver was unable to pay such a high fine on the road, so our assistance department immediately contacted the police to determine any necessary payment issues. Despite the fact that the fines in Sweden are not among those most often paid by our assistants, our department handled the situation brilliantly. It is, thanks to the commitment and experience of our employees, we managed to organize everything in just 13 minutes. So that's really amazing. I think we have such a good colleagues and experienced ones in the assistance department. Shortly thereafter, the driver received the documents and was able to drive away from the inspection site. What do we have here? We have 4,500 euros for bad work organization. The driver didn't return to his home country nor the company's headquarters after 4 weeks. It was in France in the 19th of April. So 1 week ago, we're contacted by our longtime client from Lithuania as well, when one of their truck has been stopped for a control in France. The inspectors decided to put a fine of 4,500 euro for bad work organization. The driver wasn't able to pay the fine, so the company asked us for help. Assistant department confirmed all the necessary data and managed to organize the payment again within 20 minutes. So that's wonderful. Everything went smoothly and the truck was released shortly after all the paperwork was done. And again, some fines. The first one from June 2022 from Valencia for alleged infraction consisting of lack of the records of the driver's activities and a fine with a sanction of 1,001 euro has been won. Another case from August 2023 for alleged infraction consisting of lack of the driver's certificate. There was a fine with a sanction of 2,001 euro that we won for the client. Also, again, Valencia, May 2023, for alleged infraction consisting of lack of manual annotation of the driver's activities. And again, 1,001 euro that we won for the client. Another case, Castilla y León, for alleged infraction consisting of not having passed the revision of the tachograph. The sanction of a fine has been reduced from 1,001 euro to 601 euro. And Valencia, our last case, November 2022, for alleged infraction consisting of lack of daily rest in team. The sanction of a fine has been reduced from 400 to 100 euro. When it comes to tachographs here, I've found an interesting case on trans.info. I have interesting article here. Spanish transport risk paralyzing as tachograph deadline looms, warns Fenadismer. Spanish transport companies are facing a potential crisis as the deadline for replacing outdated tachographs approaches, warns Spanish Road Freight Association. What's interesting, I've just talked to our colleague, our commercial from Poland, and he claims that Piotr, you might have heard about him, and he told me that it is not only regarding Spanish transport companies, but all the European companies, transport companies. It is quite a big issue right now. So take a look at the article. The European Union has mandated a switch to new second-generation intelligent tachographs by the end of 2024 for some vehicles, and by August 2025 for all vehicles. However, according to the Spanish Transport Federation, only around 10% of the estimated 130,000 trucks and 10,000 buses requiring replacement have undergone the process so far. I mean, only in Spain, because this article is about Spain, okay? So only 10%, and we are in the middle of 2024. So that's quite an issue right now. This low uptake is raising concerns about the mass scramble to replace tachograph later this year, potentially leading to delays and shortage of workshops. This is quite a case, able to handle the workload. The Federation warns that such a scenario could result in vehicle paralysis, with companies unable to operate on international roads due to non-compliant tachographs. Adding to the pressure, Fenadismer reports that only 15% of 110 million government funds set aside to help transport companies with digitalization, including tachograph replacement, has been applied for so far. This underutilization suggests that some companies may be unaware of the impending deadline or are struggling to navigate the application process. The situation echoes warnings from the European Commission, which has urged carriers to replace tachograph during routine biannual inspections to avoid year-end bottlenecks. Fenadismer echoes this advice and recommends companies begin planning immediately to avoid delays due to component shortages of workshop overload. Tachograph manufacturer Stonebridge has also issued a plea to companies, fearing a surge in replacement requests towards the end of the year could overwhelm service centers. Fanadizer highlights the potential consequences of non-compliance. Vehicles without the required tachographs could be immobilized and fined, causing significant disruption in international transport. So, please be aware of this potential problem right now. We are in the middle of the year, so you have around 6 months to cope with this situation, but I think it may be right now really complicated. I think that's it for today. I will see you and you will see me on Monday at 12. So I would like to thank you for your attention and see you next week.